Welcome to the Rescue Rundown. I'm Dave Morris here in the Oklahoma Video Studio with my new friend Luna. And as you can see, I'm joined by Katie Harris from the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. She's actually the clinic director over at OK Humane Place. Very nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Hello, thanks so much.
Tell us about Luna.
Well, Miss Luna here is one of the many kitties that we have available for adoption at our adoption center over on Northwestern. She is about 10 weeks old, and she's spayed, vaccinated, dewormed, flea and tick, ready to go.
She's ready to go.
She's ready to go. She's super playful, very opinionated and feisty little kitty. So
we've been doing the Rescue Rundown for 7 weeks now. This is episode 7, and the first one that Abby Wolf brought us was Summer, a 2-month-old little kitty who bounced around all over the place. Luna is doing her best as well. It's a very active little cat here.
Yes, she is. This is a really fun age because they're super energetic and literally anything can be a toy for them. So
we're using pins, we're using balls of gap tape, whatever works to keep
hair ties.
Whatever works to keep Luna's interest. You mentioned that she's available for adoption up on Northwestern.
Yes.
You work though on Southwestern, correct?
Yes, I am at our StayNeuter Clinic over at 6002 Southwestern, and we service the public, we service a number of different rescues, and we're just trying to spay and neuter as many animals in Oklahoma City as we can. And
that is the mission, after all, of the Humane Society, to help
Absolutely, yep. The best way to prevent pet overpopulation is to spay and neuter your pets.
That's one of the things we wanted to talk to today is if you have free-roaming cats or wild cats in the area, you have some suggestions, some tips, and things that you guys
Yes, we do. There is a program called TNR, which is Trap, Neuter, and Return, and that is the most effective method of managing free-roaming or feral cats in areas.
Well, let's start with the trap part. How does that work?
So traps you can actually rent. You can buy them, but we also rent them at OK Humane Place. They are live traps that you will just set, and the kitties will go into them, trap them. You can bring them either to OK Humane Place directly, and we can spay and neuter them, and then, or you can take them to the city shelter, and they can go through our community cat program.
So they can get these traps, which I'm assuming look a little bit like a cat carrier that we
actually
brought Luna in.
They are kind of big wire traps. The ones that we use are true catch traps, and they're quieter. They're a little quieter, but they have a little trap door. You put the food in, and then you set the trap, and it's kind of a fun little game for those people that do a lot of cat trapping. They can tell you it's a bit of an adventure, but you set that trap, and the kitty will go in, set the trap door, and then they get them off to wherever they need to be spayed or neutered.
And you said they can bring them back to the shelter or to the Humane Society?
Yes, so there are a couple different options for those individuals that are trying to kind of help with some free-roaming kitties in their neighborhoods. The City Shelter Animal Welfare Division operates the Community Cat Program, and that's basically just TNR through the city. So you can trap a kitty, take it to the city shelter, and request that it go through the Community Cat Program. We have an employee at OK Humane Place that goes and picks up these kitties. He brings them to our Spay and Neuter Clinic where they're spayed or neutered, they're vaccinated for rabies, and they're given a left ear tip. We take the left tip of their ear to be a clear indication that those cats have been spayed or neutered, and then that same employee actually takes them back to the area that they have been, or that they were brought in from.
And releases them.
And he releases them.
This prevents double, triple amount of cats in that area.
Yes, I like to say it only takes about 2 kitties to become 50 in a really quick amount of time. They can have up to 8 kittens in a litter, and when you think about that, cats are kind of territorial. We have colonies of cats. And so these free-roaming kitties, they don't really need human interaction. Oftentimes there's at least somebody who's feeding, there's a neighborhood who's feeding, but these kitties don't really want human interaction the way Luna here does. They're perfectly content to just do their thing, and doing their thing also involves making more kitties. So it's been proven now that going in and taking all of those cats and just euthanizing them is not an effective method of population control because more cats will just fill that space.
Tell me more about the ear tip thing. I had not heard about that. We were talking about that before we started here.
So if you ever see a kitty that's out on the streets in your community or neighborhood and it's very deliberately missing the left tip of its ear.
So you guys trim the actual
We do. While they're in surgery. Yep, while they're in surgery and we're doing the spay and neuter surgery, they're also receiving that ear tip. And because those cats aren't very necessarily friendly, hey there, because they're not necessarily friendly or really seeking out human interaction, it can be hard for us us to determine if they've been spayed or neutered. This is just a, hey, you can leave me alone, I'm taken care of, I'm not making any more kitties. It's a good sign that they've been spayed or neutered.
Cat wakes up, is like, what happened to me?
Right. It's a bit of an adventure for them. They go on a little spay-neuter adventure, and then they end up back where they came from, and they're allowed to thrive and just continue doing what they were doing.
We're talking with Katie Harris. She's the clinic manager at OK Humane Place. You guys have a couple classes coming up with some more information on TNR.
We do. Actually, we had one yesterday, but this evening I will be kind of instructing a TNR, TrapNeuter Return how-to class with some tips and tricks. We'll also have traps available for rental, and that will be at 6:30 this evening at 6002 Southwestern. That's at OK Humane Place.
How much does a trap cost to rent?
To rent a trap, it's actually a $100 check, just one check per trap for deposit, and you get that check back when you return the trap. So essentially, there's no cost to rent the trap. It's just we want to have, should something happen to the trap or it get lost or something, we want to be able to recoup that expense.
Makes sense. And then one other thing to say, Humane Society, OK Humane, offering free spay-neuter surgeries for feral cats. National Feral Cat Day is coming up, I believe, Friday, October 16th.
It is, yes. So if you want to try your hand at TrapNeuter Return or catching some loose kitties that might be in your neighborhood, on Friday, October 16th, that will be National Feral Cat Day. And OK Humane Place will be offering free spay and neuter surgery. So that will be a spay and neuter, a rabies vaccination, and that left ear tip. And that will help kind of keep the population of free-roaming kitties in the neighborhood and community down to a minimum.
Very good. Katie Harris, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the information. That's been great. I can't tell if Luna is scared or really happy. The cat is purring so loudly she's trembling.
She's just got a lot of spunk here, huh?
She does, a lot of energy. Could be all the construction going on outside. You can find Luna up at the Central Oklahoma Humane Society on Northwestern.